Okay then.
Assalamualaikum and hi. Today I would like to present our group project, and this is our member groups, which is my name is NAZIRAH binti SULAIMAN, Muhammad HADIF bin ROSLAN, Muhammad IKHWAN HAKIM bin AZHAR, ZULAIKHA NASUHA binti ROHAIZAD. So the first thing is we create a deployment slot. First thing first is we start with create a web app. On the AZHAR portal, in the home page, select create resource and search for a create web app. On the basic tab, enter the following values for each setting. So you can see the name of group, we use KUZH. And the runtime stack, we choose ASP.NET v4.8. And the region, we choose East Asia. For the Windows plan, we choose ASP, KUZH, A60E, and the pricing plan, we choose standard S1. For the database, we choose enable. Okay. Select monitoring and disable application inside setting. Choose no and select review and create. When the content is validated, select create. When deployment successfully complete, select go to resource. Now the deployment is complete. As you can see, the status is running. So now we configure Git deployment. Go to deployment center. On the setting tab, for source, select local Git and save. Then go to the FTPS credential tab. Under user scope, enter the username and password of safe. Now we can go to Cloud PowerShell. Now we ensure that best is selected in the Cloud Shell. Set the configure values. Now create a folder for the source code. And now clone the source for the web app into the folder. So now, configure a Git remote to deploy the app to the production. First, go to web app and select overview. Then the default domain URL and git clone URL will be displayed in the overview of your web app. In Cloud Shell, run the following command to configure the Git remote with a name production. And now to deploy the web app to the production slot, run the following command when you prompt for the password, enter your deployment password you create previously. To check if the website received the content. Here's the result. Now close the browser tab and display the web app. Now create a new staging slot. First, select your web app and go to deployment in the left menu. Select deployment slots and this deployment slot pane appears. From the top menu bar, select a slot. The add a slot pane appears. Name as a staging. Enter staging as the name and accept the default for clone setting from, and then select add. After the deployment slot is successfully created, select close. Now set up Git deployment for the staging slot. On the overview pane in the left menu, under deployment, select deployment center. On the setting tab, select local Git as a source and save. Select the FTPS, set credential tab. Under user scope, enter a new username and password of your choice and save. Now, we move to setup Git to deploy the app to the staging slot. To use the Git client to deploy source code to the new slot, add an SRE mode to the Git configuration. In the staging web app overview page, in the essential section, copy and Git clone URL. And open the PowerShell again. To add the remote for staging slot, run the following command in Cloud Shell. Now modify the app source code and deploy the app to the staging slot. In the list of files, expand demo app, app service web, donate get started, ASP.NET get started, views home. And choose index.chhtml. Replace h1 with this code. To save your change, press Ctrl S and then press Ctrl Q to close the editor. In CloudShare, run the following commands to commit the new version of the app to Git and deploy it to staging slot. When prompt, enter your deployment password.
Alright. Thank you, NAZIRAH. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad ROSLAN, and now I will show you how to swap the deployment slots between web app. So first thing first, you need to go to the production web app. And then on the left menu, you need to go to the environment variables and add an app settings. So the first one would be environment name. put the value of production, and tick the deployment slot setting, and then click on apply. And then add another one with the name of app version, value of 1, and apply. So, and then you just click on apply to save. So now you need to do the same steps for the staging slot. Go to the staging web app, environment variables, and add the environment name, this staging, and then click on deployment slot setting. Click on apply, and then add another one with the name of app version, value of 2, and then click on apply, and then save. So after you're done with setting up the environment variables, go back to production slot. In the left menu, under deployment, select deployment slots, and then click on swap. So make sure you're about to swap the staging and production slots, and then just click on start swap. So when the swap is complete, just go to the overview page. This might take a few minutes. So the swapping slots have been successfully swapped. So go to overview page, and then just browse the default domain URL. As you can see, the production and the staging slot have been swapped. So now we'll show you how to configure auto swap for the staging slot. So you can close this website. Just go to the staging web app. And then go to the configuration page. At the bottom of the general settings, there's a auto swap enabled. Turn that on. For the auto swap deployment, just let it stay as default production. So now open your Cloud Shell. Before that, save first. Now open the Cloud Shell. So just enter this command. Start the editor. So just expand the ASP.NET get started in demo app. Then views, home, then select index as HTML. So now for this web app version 2, change it to web app version 3 and save. Just press Ctrl S and Ctrl Q. So in the Cloud Shell, just go to the directory of the app get started. And then commit the third version of web app. My apologies, you need to add first. Okay. And you can commit. So now just git push. Just git push the staging. And then enter the password. So now just wait for the deployment to finish. So you can see here, it is requesting auto swap to production slot, which is successful. And then in the Azure portal, navigate to the overview page for the production slot. Then just browse the default domain URL. As you can see, the web app now is version 3. So the auto swap is enabled successfully. So now we need to roll back to the new version. You can close the tabs. Go to deployment slots page of the production slot web app. And then just go to swap. Make sure the top part is staging and the bottom part is production. And then just start swap. This might take a while. So when the swap finishes, we just browse the production slot to see if the web app version 3 has been changed to web app version 2. So the swapping slots being successful. Just browse the default domain URL, and it has been changed back to the web app version 2. So that's all from me. Now I will pass it to IKHWAN HAKIM for scale web app manually. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is IKHWAN. So for this session, you must scale a web app manually. First, create an app service plan and web app. So for the first step, sign in into the Azure portal, and on the Azure portal menu or from the home page, select create a resource. And then search for and select web app, and then select create. Okay, so on the basic tab, enter the following values for each setting. So for the region, I use East Asia. Okay, next, select a review and create. And when the validation completes, select create. Wait for the web app to be created and deployed. So deployment in progress. Might take a while. So go to the resource and um, open the Cloud Shell. Run the following command to download the source code for the hotel reservation system. So this is the code. Go to the MS Hotel Reservation System SRC folder. And then build the apps for the hotel system. There are two apps, a web app that implement the web API for the system, and a client app that you will use to load test the web app. So prepare the hotel reservation system web app for publishing. Okay. So next we go to the website folder which contain the published files, and zip the files and deploy them to the web app that you created in the previous task. Okay. And then starting zip deployment. Okay, so next you go to your web browser and type your web app name azurewebsite.net/API/reservation/1. Here, a JSON document appear that contain the detail for reservation number 1. So we pass to my my team members to present the next session. Thank you.
Okay, so now we continue the part for monitor the performance of the web app before the scaling out. So we return back to the Cloud Shell and go to the MS Learn Hotel Reservation System, Hotel Reservation System Test Client folder. And then we edit the app.config file in this folder using the code editor. Okay, and then we uncomment the line that specifies the reservation service URL and replace the value of the website name with the your website name with the name of our website. Okay, and then we save the file by pressing the CTRL+S and close the code editor by pressing CTRL-Q. And then we will rebuild the test client app with the new configuration. Okay, now we will edit the hotel reservation system test client file to use the correct framework. Okay, and then now we will save the file. So we press CTRL and close the editor using the CTRL-Q. And then we will run the client app. Okay. And then in the portal, the Azure portal, we select go to the resource to open the web app. And then we go to the menu, scroll down to monitoring and select the metrics. And then on the menu bar of the web app pane, we select the local time, which is last 30 minutes, and select apply. So go for 30 minutes and then apply. And then in the menu under the chart title, we add the following metrics to the chart. Okay, and then then we save to the dashboard lah. We pin to the dashboard. And then we allow the system to run for around 5 minutes to stabilize, and then note that the CPU time, the number of the HTTP port is errors, and the average response time. We should see a significant number of the HTTP and the average response time in several seconds. So we can leave the client app running while we perform the next step. All right, okay, that's all from me. Thank you.